English accent. Oh, it's live.
Oh.
All right, we are live.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
I am doing amazing. I'm doing really well.
Okay,
Getting old, so
well, thank you for being here, Mr. CV.
yes, yeah.
I know that, well, I don't know that much about you, so I'm really excited to get to know you today. And
Uh, should I go? Should I go? Just go
yes,
straight into it.
yes, please.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what you're asking in relation to. Are you asking in relation to work, in relation to myself, or in relation to my life? Or
Well, I'd like a little bit of everything, really.
wow,
Um,
wow.
I was thinking of focusing on your job, on teaching, but
Oh,
I mix it up a little bit. A little bit of
oh,
everything will be nice,
oh.
I think.
Wow. Oh my, you know what? The thing is, this is teaching is one of the jobs I do. So I
Okay.
do teaching is one of the jobs I do, but I do other jobs as well. So, and there are reasons why I do other jobs as well. And it's because as a teacher, I don't work full-time teaching anymore. I kind of do more supply teaching. So obviously, and you know, with supply teaching, you don't get paid during the holidays. So obviously that's why I have other jobs to be able to cater for that, which is
Yeah.
what the focus is on teaching. So when I was as a teacher, obviously I've worked as a full-time teacher in schools I'm from London. So
Okay.
are you from
London.
London as well?
Okay. Okay. So you
So
were the big city, the
the big cities, yes, one of the
um,
biggest
yeah,
cities in the UK. Yep.
yeah. I mean, I grew up in Wiltshire, and so
Oh, which part of
in Trowbridge,
Wiltshire or
Wiltshire,
Wiltshire?
Wilt,
Oh.
Wilt, Wiltshire, Wiltshire.
I went Swindon. Swindon is in Wiltshire.
Yes,
See,
it is.
I know
Yeah,
my geography quite well, so Swindon is a wheelchair.
I
Well,
have cousins who live down there as
yeah, I've
well.
been to Sweden. I've got a friend in Sweden. I've got a
Swindon.
friend. Yeah,
Okay, yes,
and
nice.
Sweden is quite close to Oxford actually. So it's
Okay, okay. I've actually never been to Oxford, so
you've
that's
never been to Oxford. You need to go to Oxford. Oxford is really nice. It's really nice. It's really
really.
nice. Yes.
See, I lived in London because I went to uni in London, but
Uh
I sort of had it very clear from early on that it was a place for my youth and that I didn't want to settle there.
wow.
So,
Wow. 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 So young people like us, that's what London is for.
well, yeah. I mean,
To be honest with you,
everyone.
I've lived in other parts of the UK. So I did my PGC in Leeds.
Oh,
So I did my PGC in Leeds Beckett, and there's a long story about why that happened, and it was just because I was applying to get into to do my PGCE, and I was getting rejected by a lot of universities, and Leeds Beckett offered me an opportunity, and obviously I was at the point where I wanted to give up because I was thinking, you know what, I've been pushing it for because that time that we had to do a skills test,
yeah.
literacy and numeracy skills test, and when I looked into it, the skills test lasts for 3 years at that time. So just previously to that, we didn't have to do a skill test, but then when I was doing it, I had. It's always when I'm doing something that's when they make it extra hard. It's like when I was doing it, then I had to do a skills test. So I said to myself, I said, because the school test lasts 2 years or 3 years, I'm gonna push my sorry, one second. I'm gonna put on silent. Because it lasts 2 to 3 years, I said I'm gonna push myself within that
Uh-huh.
2 to 3 years. If I can't get into a teaching course or get into a teaching PGC school direct within 2 to 3 years, then I know, you know what, it's not for me. I'm gonna give up. Like
Yeah.
so First year, it was tough. Like I was pushing it, but obviously, what happened was when I was applying for it, they were telling me I didn't have enough experience. So I was like, okay, you know what? I didn't want to complain because I thought, okay, you know what? Because I'm actually I did sports coaching and PE in university, so I'm a specialist in PE. So, but obviously, I wanted to do my teaching within PE as well, and I wanted to be a specialist. So the first year, they were telling me I didn't have enough experience, blah blah blah, and this and that. So what I did was I went to Poland and Czech Republic to work as a English teacher for like a couple of weeks, and it was really amazing experience. And then when I came back, obviously that's also part of my experience. So when I came back, they were still complaining I don't have enough experience. So what I did was I decided that I'm going to take a job as a learning support assistant, working one-to-one with a child for a year. So obviously I said to myself, I said, after doing this year, if I still don't get accepted, then there's a problem. There's a problem. Yeah. Within that year, I said to myself, I'm going to obviously try and push myself to be able to get into the PGC. And literally doing that, and they were still making it difficult. But then what was happening was, at that time, I had a fixed idea that I wanted to do secondary because obviously I did PE. Okay. But then because I worked in a primary school and I was working one-to-one with the child, the teacher at the time said, why don't you go for primary school? So I said, okay, you know what? It's not a problem, because also I was trying my best to do secondary, to push secondary, but still I was getting rejected. And I was just like, I've got all the necessary qualifications.
That is the key, though. The more times you get rejected, the more times you get up, you dust yourself off, and you keep going.
It is. You know what? I have that mentality. But other people, I know other friends that said they wanted to do it and they couldn't get in, and they gave up in the end. But obviously, I've got that mentality. That's why I said I gave myself like 2 years while the skills test is still there, because the skills test itself also has another story behind it. But I'll get into that.
But the skills test, because when I did my PGCE to become a teacher, the skills test was literally you just did them on the computer, and it was.
You do with the skills test. The thing about the skills test is the English one, I passed it straight away. The maths one, it wasn't that the maths one was difficult, but you had to go back and revise a few things. And there were some questions that if you don't go back and revise it, you couldn't. I can't remember these questions, but there were a few questions that I literally had to go back and read over and like kind of.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's still the same as when I did my PGCE, because obviously I think I'm quite a bit older than you.
You're not that old. You're not that old.
But I remember just getting very stressed out because maths has never been my.
You know what? I'm actually good at maths, and that's the thing. This is I'm actually good at maths. I'm actually, I would say, because maths is like, to be fair, I'm quite balanced in both subjects. Yeah. But I thought maths I was like literally gonna do, because the English one I just passed it straight away. The maths one, it took me like the third attempt, and that time there was a clause like if you fail after the third attempt, you have to wait 2 years to go and do it again. So I was like, so literally I've passed, and you have to pass both of them. You can't pass one. And so literally I've passed the first one.
Hola Luchi, perdona, esta sesión la estoy haciendo en español, ¿vale? En inglés, lo siento. Voy a intentar hablar un poquito más lento para que podáis seguir, ¿vale? Gracias por estar. Un beso.
Yes. So I passed the English straight away. The maths, I failed the first one by 2 marks. I was so angry. The second one, I failed it by 1 mark. I was like, And then obviously the third one, I'm thinking, no, if I don't pass this, I'm gonna have to wait 2 years. And then if I have to wait 2 years, and I was like, forget it. So obviously I had a very good friend at that time, and she was saying, oh, you know what?
Yeah.
And then the third one finally passed. So.
Just as well.
Yeah.
So you are actually doing primary teaching then?
Yes, I am.
In primary, what do you teach? Because obviously in secondary, I understand how that works better.
Yeah, in primary, I'm still a specialist in PE, but in primary, you teach all the subjects. So,
Okay.
but then within the subject, you can be a specialist in one subject, and then depending on how the school set.
Phenomenal, Luchi. Excellent.
So depending on how the school is set, then maybe they can specialize in. But most times, if you're specializing in a subject, they'll probably make you that subject lead. So if I was specializing in PE, I'll be the lead for the PEs. If someone specializes in maths, so that's what it is. With secondary school, it is a bit different because you just focus on one subject and you just teach that
Or
subject.
two, or three.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't even know that.
Like MFL teachers, so we're normally required to have two subjects. So either it's French or Spanish and German or whatever, but two foreign languages.
Really?
You have to teach.
Wow.
So I suppose that's a little bit different, but yeah, in secondary you have your specialist subject.
Yeah. To be fair, I would, because I was looking at obviously transferring as well to secondary because obviously I've been a teacher for a while now.
Yeah.
And then obviously if I do transfer to secondary, I can also teach PE, or I'd like cover subjects such as religious studies as well. I'm quite good at it as well.
Yeah.
I'm quite good at teaching the numerous number of subjects, and I think that would be alright, to be fair.
But how long have you been teaching?
Wow, I'm quite old, to be fair, even though my face doesn't look like it. No, I'm messing. Only for like 3-4 years now. So
okay, all right, okay.
It's been good.
So it's still you're still in that honeymoon period.
I think I've passed the honeymoon for sure. Now it's just literally tough.
What difference do you think that you as a person can really make? You know, when we start off doing something, obviously, you know, when you're there for a while, you think, what's my aim? What difference can I make? What difference do you think you
what difference on the children or difference on
on the children or on society?
Of course. I think to be honest with you, I think when it comes to the difference, I think you can already feel the difference, because I think being a supply now, I think I feel I can feel the impact more. There's a reason why. It's because now I get to go to different schools, and what was happening before this pandemic, I was going to different schools, and what was happening was in primary is dominated by women quite a lot. There's only like 1 or 2 men in primary. Secondary school, I think, is a bit different. There's more men in secondary school. But even that, but in primary is mostly, sometimes I'm the only guy, and obviously sometimes I'm the only black guy. So it's even make it more different. So sometimes I'm going to schools, and being young as well, is when I go in, it's like kids are so happy to see me, like, especially because number one, they've never seen a young teacher. That's one. Number two, they've never seen a black teacher. Number three, they've never seen a male teacher. So it's like, wow, it's like they get 3 in 1, and then that's like, yo, what's going on today? Like, you know what I mean? So really, you can feel that impact. And I think as well, is a lot of the time when they see people that they look similar to them, or they see people that have similar, that can understand them, I think they resonate. They resonate to you for sure. Because I went to one school, and I'll be honest with you, I had the best time of my life. Like, it was just literally, the kids were so happy just seeing me. I was so happy seeing them, and it was just like, wow. And they were requesting for me to come back all the time, and and I think that's a really, really big impact. Definitely.
That is big. You know, there's this sound. I don't know if it's me or you. So I'm going to try and see if I can put my headphones in. If the sound. Do you have headphones, or do you not have headphones?
Yeah, but not with I've got wireless headphones, but I can't put on my.
Oh, okay. Well, perhaps, okay, we'll leave it then.
Okay.
But saying that, I think it's very, very interesting. One of the things that I wanted to research a few years ago, I don't know what the statistics are now, and it was that Black boys in particular, boys in general, but the numbers of Black boys was so much greater when it came to obviously studying my language, my speciality, which is obviously languages. We saw that there was a drop, there was a decline, where boys were not going on to study foreign languages. They weren't there was no interest in that.
Okay.
Why do you think this is? And did you choose a foreign language at school?
To be fair, I speak a different language as well. Obviously, at home, I speak, I'm Nigerian, so I speak Yoruba. So at home, and I do try and pick up a few. Like, I'm quite good at languages. I've never had I wish I could also learn another language. So I'm quite good with saying "How are you" in various languages: Spanish, French, German, Italian. So, but when I was at school, I was really interested in learning French, actually. So I was really interested in learning French, and I don't know. Sometimes I do try and push myself, but I don't know why. I just haven't gone enough into learning. And I think because obviously my interest was more in sports. So obviously, but if I dedicate myself to learning these languages, for sure, I'll definitely learn this language. And I think
it would have made a difference? Do you think it would have made a difference if a teacher perhaps would have encouraged you to do it? Or
I think definitely, I think for sure, because obviously it's. I think one of the biggest problem is you are Jamaican. Yes, so
I am Jamaican.
I know. Don't worry. You're a bit surprised how I know that, but it's okay. you're a superstar.
You didn't know that, but I'm going to say something that you didn't know. One of those DNA tests, things that are so popular now, I did one, and I am Nigerian. I'm actually 77, a large percent Nigerian, according to that DNA heritage. I think it's called heritage.
Let me 1 second. Let me call my president whether we want to allow you to be a Nigerian. Hello, would you like to be a Nigerian? Well, he's saying no, so I think we'll leave you to be Jamaican too.
Listen,
we are happy to have you as a Nigerian. I think, and you have to understand as well. Like, if you look back in history, most Jamaicans are Nigerians as well. So it does
from West Africa. Most of them,
they're from West Africa, which I think there's a large percentage of them being Nigerian. So it does make sense as well. So
but I was shocked because all this time people have been saying to me, "Are you from Ghana? Are you from Ghana?" This
really?
is yes.
I
can see I was from Ghana.
I can see why you're Nigerian, part, because that pretty side of you, you're definitely Nigerian.
But I was shocked. When I opened up the envelope, I thought, wow. I know where I'm from.
There's really people doing that. Wow, I didn't.
Yes.
Might do one as well because
you know your roots. You know your roots. So
to be fair, I get called Ghanaian quite a lot, so I might do it just to see if I'm a bit Ghanaian because a lot of people come to me and ask me, "Am I Ghanaian? Am I Ghanaian?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm Nigerian," and they're like so shocked. So I might do it.
But what I think that why we need to do this more is because there is such a divide, I feel, between people from the continent, as in the African continent, and then people from the Americas. And I'm thinking, well, people from the Americas are from the motherland.
100%.
So I've never understood that separation, but
Oh no, I just wanted to touch on your question. I think on your question as well, I think the reason why there isn't a lot of people learning languages, I think sometimes it's down to our mentality as well about how we see things. Because the reason why I'm saying that is because me being Nigerian or African or being black in general, they tend to push you to do subjects such as engineering, lawyer, doctor, and all this stuff, and then any other subjects that are not those subjects, they tend to push it aside. And a lot of the time is because, oh, you're gonna get more money, you're gonna get this, you're gonna get that, and that's part of what my channel is about, challenging those things and saying it doesn't matter whatever the kids does, as long as they're happy doing it and they're ready to push themselves in doing it. Then, as a parent or guardian, you should be able to support them in making sure they do those things. So I think that's also another reason, actually. And you know what the funny part in saying that, there's a video that I was actually going to release in the next by 7 o'clock, which a guy gave me a topic, which was talking about parents. Can you hear me? Yeah, which was talking about parents. It was talking about saying like nobody likes bad vibes, How do we get rid of our parents? And the video is not talking about getting rid of your parents as in practically getting rid of them. You're just talking about parents not giving you that support you need, especially when it comes to not studying things they want you to study. So
that has a lot to do with it, doesn't it? And educating kids one thing, but we can't. It's not humanly possible to educate every family as well.
Nah, not at all.
It's a difficult one. And so, have you? Do you generally teach in London or around London, or have you actually out?
No, in London, and also like when I finished my PGC in Leeds, obviously I could have stayed there, but London is my hometown. London is where I grew up in. My primary school, my secondary school, my college, they're all close to each other. I went. Sometimes I still see some of my classmates. Sometimes I still see some of my class teachers. So, and obviously being a teacher now, I send them my videos about teaching, and even they're shocked, like, oh shit, oh sorry, no, oh like they're just surprised that wow, this guy's actually, because at school I was a bit cheeky. I was not naughty, but I was a bit cheeky.
Okay, well, it's normal. I have to say, it's normal. Since you're a Londoner, this is a good one.
I'm ready.
A little bit of colloquialism, because I know you got some slang expressions, words that perhaps are not so national or not so international. That obviously I have a lot of international students that are learning English. So I'd like you to share some with us, and because I'm really bad, dinosaur over here, dinosaur. So I would like to know just a few, and if I know any of them, I will say, oh yeah, I know that, because I'm.
Oh wow! I need to be honest with you, I need to be talking to my London friend to be able to for that colloquialism to come out. But wow! What kind of things do we say? Is give me a word, and then I will try and see if I can say it.
How would you say something's ugly in London slang?
Whenever anything that is ugly, we say butters.
Okay.
Thing. You just say that thing is butters.
Butters as in with a U, or butters as in a butters?
I don't think the people that created these colloquialism, I don't think they put any spelling to it. As long as you just say the word, just say if that thing is ugly, just say that thing is so butters. It's so butters actually.
Okay, with the S on the end, butters.
Butters. I think with more of a Z actually. I'll go with
butters. It's butters.
Butters. I think it's so butters. Yeah. Yes, definitely. Anything else?
Let me see. This is fantastic. This is great.
This is fantastic. Lit.
It's not American.
No, that is a London. That lit is definitely. If you want to say that thing is so fantastic. Yeah. If you want to say beautiful, you say pain. But if you want to say,
I'm going to take these headphones out because I think it's actually. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can. With the headphones, it was more louder. I could hear you louder, but I can still hear you perfectly.
Okay. Yeah. So lit. So this is lit.
This is lit.
Okay. The movie was lit. The outfit was lit.
Yes. Okay. That means when you say that means like really, really good. Like that.
Okay.
Is lit. Yeah, it's lit is definitely.
Okay. See, that's not a word that I would ever think of using, just because I just always thought that lit was very American.
To be fair, we use it here. That thing is so lit.
Oh, okay. All right. Do you think we're losing what used to be standard English, because now there are so many influences? There's so much influence from, because Great Britain is such a multicultural place now. So do you think that is reflected in the language?
It's a difficult one. Because there's a reason why that is a difficult one. Because for me, people tell me I speak quite posh, but I grew up in London. I grew up like one of the poorest boys in London. So maybe, I don't know, but Some people say I speak well. Some people say I speak very posh. I get a lot of comments. So maybe because I don't swear, I don't know, but it's
maybe. And I think when you enunciate and your diction's good, people generally stereotype and say that, and it's like, I'm just pronouncing all my words correctly.
The thing is that obviously when I go into to schools, I think they're just surprised. Number one, they're surprised that I'm a teacher. That's one. Because they just think I've had a lot of
that surprise still there. Why?
You know what is? Another thing as well is they've got this stereotype about black boys in general, that we're all in gangs, or we're all in, especially London black boys. They think like we're all in gangs, we're lazy, we don't do things for ourselves. So sometimes when I go in there, they ask me silly questions like, like questions that basically like they're like, oh, what are you doing here, basically, like, and I have to tell them like I am the class teacher. And even there was one time where this was during the pandemic, like this was when this was in the pandemic actually. I used to go to one class and they really like, most times, so I'm quite lucky when I go to a school, they really like to keep me and they told me to come back. So when I went to this school, I was teaching them for 1 week and I had a good time, very, very nice kids and stuff. And it was lunchtime. So the lunchtime lady came to take over me for the lunchtime duties. And I'm sitting there. And obviously, as I'm sitting there, she's standing up. And next minute, a kid wanted to go to the toilet. And it was very close to the lunchtime finishing. And she said to the kid, hurry up before your teacher comes back. But remember, I'm sitting on the desk. Normally, if you're sitting on the desk, you're technically the class teacher. Because normally I'm supposed to go out to eat my lunch, but sometimes I just can't be asked. I just prefer just to enjoy my lunch on my own and just do my own thing. So I'm sitting on the desk, just on the computer, doing my own thing. And I think she knows I'm the class teacher. I don't know whether she doesn't know, but she said, oh, hurry up before your class teacher comes. And I'm just saying like, wait, what's going on? Well, so what am I doing here then? And you know what the funny part? The funny part was all the children in the class said, that's the class teacher, as in they pointed to me. And then she tried to brush off like, I'm sorry, blah blah blah. And I was just like, wow, this is crazy. Because I was just like, wow. So I think they don't expect that, oh, I'm a teacher or I'm this. So in terms of your question, I think with it, I think it's one of those things is you kind of have to retrain yourself in speaking quite clear. I think that's what it is. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just a naturally talkative person. People say I talk quite clear. I talk quite good. So maybe I'm just naturally gifted in that part. But I think when you do jobs like this, I think you have to kind of train yourself in making sure you don't swear, you don't talk colloquialism, because obviously sometimes the kids do speak colloquialism to me as well, but sometimes I have to, when I'm in a class, I have to not speak like that, because obviously I'm trying to promote certain way. But when I'm with my friends, yeah, for sure, like I speak colloquially. It's just like,
as well. I feel it's to be relatable with your students as well. If they see that you are able to dip in and out and you're able to read, the rapport, I
think for you is a bit different, because the reason is because obviously you teach much older children. So obviously for you, it's easier to, that's another reason why I want to try and look into secondary school, because obviously I'm kind of not too far away from the children in terms of age. And also obviously I can relate to them. I can speak to them quite comfortably. And it's okay for me. But obviously with tiny children, it's a bit, sometimes it's like when they say one or two things. I remember the first time I went to my first placement as a PGC student, I was in year 1. And to be honest with you, when it comes to teaching that young, it's not really for me. Like, it's really like, it's a bit, I'm still getting used to them, but it's like, I don't want to be cleaning their pews and all this stuff. So the funny part, something happened. I still remember this day. Yeah. So obviously, when you teach that young, there's some certain things that they do. You kind of have to exaggerate and make it look like they did like a wonderful thing. So a girl came to me And he was like, sir, I want to show you something. So I was like, okay, go on. And the kid literally, he just jumped from like he just jumped 1 meter from one side to another side. And in my mind, I was like, wait, is that really what you wanted to show me? But then the teacher came. I was like, wow, that is so amazing. That is so fantastic. And I was just like, wait, hold on, wait, like it wasn't, but obviously I had to understand that at that age, you have to exaggerate everything. You have to make everything look like. But for me, it was difficult at that time, especially my first placement, because I was like, wait, what? What did I just see? Like, what did I just watch? So it's like I had to kind of, you have to retrain yourself and learn those kind of
Yeah,
things. And I
but
think
I think it's also a calling. Si
a calling.
calling, si alguien está viendo, calling es como tu vocación. Okay, so your calling, you know, it has to be something that you're passionate about.
Yeah, 100%. No, sorry, go on. Sorry.
And so, like I've always said, you know, from day one, I love secondary school. I can't imagine myself teaching anything else. But strangely enough, when I moved to Spain, I was offered a job because when I'm leaving one place, I like to make sure I have another job I'm walking into.
Which part of Spain did you go to?
South. South.
What is it?
Castilla-La Mancha.
Huh?
Near Alicante.
Alicante. I went to Seville. So I've been to Spain. Really nice. I really like Sevilla. I really like it actually.
Yeah.
I really like it.
It's nice. Really good if you can get there in around Easter time. It's fantastic because they have such great traditions.
Wow.
And good to see the parade and just all the excitement that happens around Easter time. So if ever you can make it over April, try and do that. It's really worth seeing.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. I'm gonna look into that because when I went to Madrid, Barcelona, and Sevilla, and really nice. I really enjoyed Barcelona actually. I really like Barcelona.
It is a very metropolitan city. I do like it too.
I really like Barcelona. So, well, yeah, go on with your job.
I don't know what I was saying now.
Okay, I'll remind you. So you were saying about you leaving one job, you had to make sure that you had another job.
Yes. So they said that there were no positions in secondary, but this school, the kids started 1 and they leave at 18.
Oh, so, yeah, it's mixed.
Well, yeah, so I'll hang in there. Eventually, I did get to secondary school, but I was with 3-year-olds for a few years. And the reason I didn't leave the first year is because I fell in love completely with the way they learn. Like with teenagers, you will teach them the same thing over and over and over again, and it goes out through there if they're not interested. But with the little kids, I was mesmerized with how much they're just such sponges. You know, they absorb everything and they retain so much. So I fell in love with that, but I actually stayed there a bit longer. You know, and so it's though I think it's a calling, I think that even though you might enjoy one stage more than you do another, as a teacher, you can survive wherever.
To be honest, that's what I'm saying. You can do either way. If you're very adaptable, I think it's not a big problem. I don't. For me, teach primary, because I've taught secondary school kids as well, and I really enjoyed it. Like I did like one sports summer event, and I was working with like 14 to 18-year-olds, and it was really good. I can mix with both of them, and also because of my personality as well. Some people say I look old, some people say I look young. So sometimes I can fluctuate between both ages. Like, so it's not I think if you're a teacher, you can do both. I don't think there's a specific. As long as kids are kids, so you just
absolutely. What are your best qualities? Not as a teacher, both as a teacher and as a human being. What are your best qualities?
Wow, I have a lot of qualities. No, I'm messing. No, my best qualities. I say definitely. I think one of them for me personally, I think is definitely my self belief in myself. Definitely, I think that's key for me. Like even when people tell me I can't do something, I believe in myself that I can do it, and I think that's very key, especially like when I was going to a lot of interviews, going to a lot of things, people were telling me. I remember one of the when I was doing my QT year, the one of the schools I was did my first NQT year, we had a lot of issues and stuff, and I had to leave after the second term, but they passed me both terms, and I told them, I said, I'm gonna pass my NQT year. I might leave the school, but I'm gonna make sure I pass it. And thankfully, it was been a struggle, but I've passed my NQT year now. So obviously, I'm now fully qualified as a teacher.
Yeah.
So I think definitely my self belief in myself has really put me there. And I think another one as well is my interpersonal skills, especially
Yeah.
being able to relate to other people and obviously trying to, especially people like that come from similar backgrounds to myself, or just people in general, just try and relate to them and obviously
Yeah.
try and support them. And I think that's definitely another skill. Is there? Should I say one more, or is that it?
It's up to you. It's up to
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah. So another one as well. I think it's what's another quality? You give me some few examples of qualities, then I can choose one. I think that.
Um, things that you've said. Perhaps you are a people person. Maybe
Oh,
you are a giver. Maybe you are, as you said, you always.
I'll give you another one. I'll give you another one. People say this. I don't know, but they said I'm a good listener. I'll take that. They said I'm really obviously try and listen to what other people are saying. So I think I do try my best to listen. I do talk a lot. Apparently, that's what people say. But before I used to be like very affected by it, like, oh, maybe let me try and not talk too much and stuff. But now it's just like, you know what? It's part
Yeah,
of me. I'm very grateful as well because a lot of people want to talk, but they can't talk. And I've been given the ability to be able to talk. Why not utilize it? So, but I do try my best to listen to people as well, to be able to take what they want to say as well, and then obviously give my own point of view. So yeah, definitely those three qualities, I'll go with them. So
okay.
yeah,
I was watching some of your
videos.
videos. Yeah,
Oh right, yeah,
yeah. I could see you as an interviewer or some sort of.
yeah,
It's a good thing to be able to
yeah.
say.
No, definitely. I try and definitely do interviews as well with
Yeah,
people and just get their point of view, so that it doesn't make it look as if it's just me every time talking. At least I give up chances to other people talking as well and learn from
yeah,
them as well. So I
yeah.
think that's important. What's your best qualities? I think you've been asking me a
Oh,
lot.
my best
Let me
qualities.
ask
Oh,
you. Let me
no,
switch it.
you normally ask me things.
No worries. This is the first time for everything.
Well, I think I am a optimist,
Mm.
and that is definitely
Yeah, I should have put that as one of my colleagues too. Actually, yeah.
yeah.
But go on.
And my grandmother, may she rest in peace,
Mm.
she instilled the notion of selflessness, to give without really looking forward to anything in return.
Mm.
So
You're
I
naming my qualities actually. That's you see, that's why it's good. Maybe it's my calling to ask you questions. So
yeah, so I sometimes people might take. There's a song actually that says, "Don't take my kindness for weakness." I love that
mm,
song, and I often reflect on that. Because sometimes when you give too much, or if you give a lot, I don't like to say give too much because I don't think really you can ever give too much.
mm.
Um,
You can, you can. I think you can, definitely can, because sometimes I'm a person like obviously anyone around me, I feel I should try and support them and
yeah,
elevate them because obviously I can understand the struggle they're going through. And but sometimes it comes to the point because I did do a video on obviously stop helping people. because sometimes I feel like obviously I'm helping people too much, and then they are taking the mick and to the point where they expect you to do everything for them, and it comes to the point you start to think, okay, you know what, I'm happy that I'm helping you, but you start doing things yourself. You know what I mean? So,
absolutely. And it's sort of an expectation, isn't it? When you start doing something. But as my nanny used to say, if you do something because you really, really want to do it, it really doesn't matter. But if you, at the moment you feel as though, you know, okay, I'm going to stop now, feel within your own rights to also do that. You know, because we do get trapped sometimes into feeling as though we have to do what's expected.
No, 100%.
You know,
100%. No, I totally agree with that. And I think as well where I come from, obviously they find it hard to say no. Like, oh, as soon as someone said do this, no, yeah, do that, yeah, and then when it comes to the point of, oh, this is enough, it's like oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings. And I'm a person where I'm quite brutal and harsh. Like, obviously I care about how other people feel, but sometimes I'm like, listen, nah, I'm not doing that. And some people, like, they're like, obviously I get it. Sometimes some people find that they're like, oh, he's so selfish, he's so this and that. And for me, sometimes I don't really, it's not like I don't care, but it's like I'm not bothered what they say.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Talk to me about your Nigerian culture, because whether or not I'm accepted, I'm claiming. So, what's something about your culture that you'd like to share? Something that makes you feel proud of being Nigerian?
Something that makes me feel proud. I would say one of them, I think, is definitely speaking the language. Definitely.
Okay.
I think it's very important. I think people are losing their mother tongue. And one of the reasons, because obviously people have become so westernized, not westernized, but obviously there's a mentality that, oh, if you don't speak English, it's like everybody wants their children to speak English. And then obviously they now put their mother tongue at second and English first. Because everyone, they all think like, oh yeah, because I came to this country, to the UK, when I was 10, and I've been in this country since 16 now, for 16 years now. So I'm sure you're a very good mathematician, so you can work out my age through that. So, but I've been lucky enough to be able to speak my language. But then when I was thinking about it,
you said that, because now you're going to have to teach us 10 words in
that's fine. I'm very happy to do that. I'm very, very happy to do that. Maybe I should be a Yoruba teacher, actually.
And so, si hay alguien ahí escuchando, nos va a enseñar un poco de su idioma de Nigeria, que se llama Yoruba.
Exactly. That means I'm going to teach you some words in Yoruba.
Yes.
Poco. Yes.
Un
see?
poco.
Yeah.
Me emociono. Perfecto. Okay, so I'm going to put it on the screen. And I'm going to put it, hopefully I'm spelling it right, I don't know. How would you say, my name is?
My name is.
Oruko Mini. Okay, look on the screen and you're going to see something that says private chat. Type it in there. Type it in there, so I will be able to.
I'm ready. I'm very ready.
Mi nombre es. So my name is. Have you typed it in?
Me, no, I've not seen the private chat yet.
Okay, let me see. Hey, you got it?
Hey, I did see it. Oh, how do I type? Let me see. I did see the hey.
Let me. It's a box that says.
Yeah, I literally saw the. Oh, hey, okay. It's because I was in full screen. So let me type. You want me to type in Yoruba? Yeah.
I want you to put in my name is.
Me. Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, send it to me.
Okay, let me put some signs into it to make it. I can't put these signs because I'm typing my this. All right, doesn't matter.
Hola,
All right,
Hugo. Bienvenido.
you ready?
Yes. Have you sent it? Oh,
Yes.
so it says,
Oruko. Can you say it?
Right.
Oruko.
Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Okudo
No,
mini
wait. O. No, you said it the opposite. It's R. O-R-U. Oru. Oru.
oru
Ko.
ko
Me.
mi
Ni.
ni.
That's it. I didn't say your name. Oruko mini.
Oruku mini Kerry.
Oh, you nearly. Just that last K-O. K and O. Ko. Say ko. Ko.
Ko
Ko.
ko
Oruko
oruko
mini.
oruko mini.
Yeah, we're close. We're close. Oruko mini.
You're
Kerry.
hard. You are. Esto es muy difícil, chicos. Mi nombre es Kerry. Es
Oruko mini.
Mini Kerry.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so now say
Mi nombre es Kerry. See, very easy. See, I can speak Spanish
I
now.
forgot the M in nombre. It's actually
Hey, mi nombre.
Yes, my name is
Uh-huh. So,
Mini Kerry. This is
Oruko mini Kerry.
it's Yoruba. Is it Yoruba?
Yes. So
Y
let me
O
type it in here. Y-O-R-U-B-A. Y-O-R-U-B-A.
Yoruba. Okay.
Perfecto.
Okay. So how would you say thank you very much?
Oshe.
Type it. I went there.
Okay, if you want to say thank you,
Mm-hmm.
is Oshe. If you want to say thank you very much,
Thank you very much. I want to say.
Oshe Gidi Don. That's the second one is thank you very much. Oshe Gidi Gon.
Oh,
Very
she.
good. Oh. Oshe. Say Oshe.
Oshe.
Gidi.
Gidi.
The last word is a bit tricky. Gon.
Go.
Oshe Gidi Gon.
Go. Okay, let me try it. Let me try because that one is harder.
Try it.
Okay. Oh no, what did I do?
Oshe Gidi Gon.
Oche. Oche.
No, Oshe. Oshe.
Oshe.
You pronounced that part right. Oshe.
Oshe.
Gidi Gon.
Gidi. Go instead of gun. So,
No, not Gon. Oshe Gidi Gon.
Gidi go. Oshe. Gidi go. Gidi go. Gidi go.
You I think you got the middle and the last part right. I think it's just that first part.
Gidi go.
Oshe.
Oshe. Oshe.
That's it.
Oshe.
Uh-huh. Did you just say Oshe Gidi Gon?
Oshe Gidi go.
No.
You're going to make me say swear words here.
No. That's correct.
Oshigirigo.
Oh no, you're getting there. It's just the first word. Oshe.
Oshe, Girigo.
Girigo. That's
Girigo.
if you just
You're
want to
very
say
harsh. You're very harsh.
no, if you just want to say thank you, then you just say Oshe.
Oshe.
That's it. Oshe.
Oshe.
That means just thank you.
I want to say Oshe Girigo.
Perfect. That was perfect. I know what you said it with such confidence as well.
Yeah. I told you I'm Nigerian.
we have to put your passport first to be honest.
Let's master the language first. But I think one more would be nice. See you later. Goodbye. So see you later. Goodbye. Or just see you later.
This one's quite easy. Goodbye.
You
don't really have like we don't really have like a. Huh?
Estoy aprendiendo Yoruba, que es el idioma oficial, uno de los idiomas oficial de Nigeria, con señor CV, Mr. CV, que también es profesor y vive en Inglaterra y me está enseñando unas cosas en su idioma natal. Okay, vamos a ver. Okay, so the next one is
goodbye is quite easy.
Okay, goodbye.
Is Odabo.
Write it, let me see, because otherwise
I got it here.
Adios. Odaba. Odabo.
Oh, that's a Spanish. The first time we pronounced it was a very Spanishy. This time we need to make it more Nigerian. Odabo.
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 Odabo. Odabo.
Oh, that's very. I can hear the Spanish accent. Odabo. That's very Spanish.
Odabo. Odabo.
Odabo.
Odabo. Odabo. Odabo. Odabo. Odabo.
Now you're gonna spoil the language. Now you're just gonna
don't tell me
that. You got the first three letters. Oda. That's
Oda.
The last one is the difficult. Bo. Say bo.
Bo.
Bo. Now put it Odabo.
Odabo.
No. O. Da. Bo.
Bo.
Yeah, that O, you have to give it a little 1 or 2 seconds. Odabo.
Odabo.
Fantastic.
Odabo. Okay.
That's it.
Okay, that's yo creo que esto.
Odabo. Fantastic.
Odabo. Pues, yeah, and you speak this fluently, of course.
Yeah, to a good level. Yes.
Okay, that's fantastic. Yeah. That is fantastic. I did think of picking it up. In fact, I have a notebook where I did start, but then I got very bored. I think I'm the kind of person who needs to be with other people so I can sort of, you know. But in the future, definitely, I will consider picking it up. And thank you for teaching us that. I hope it sticks. And thank you so much for taking time out for being here.
Thank you very much for obviously taking your time to be able to do this. I think it was really good. Really good. Sharing my experience. But obviously you're more of a qualified teacher than I am. So and you've been all around the world.
Spain. All around the world. And so yes, I hope to be able to have another sit down with you sometime in the future.
Definitely. And I'm gonna get my friends as well involved as well. Definitely, whatever you wanna get them involved, and then definitely. And I think you're a big superstar. You're definitely a big superstar. I still have a long way to go. I just started about a couple months ago, so I still have a long way to go. And
there's so much to learn along the way, but with time you find your feet, you find your place as a teacher, what kind of teacher you want to become. You also the older you get, the more of a balance you find, because you do know what you're looking for and what you want. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why I moved away as well, because I felt I wanted to be more in control of where I was going, what I was doing. You know, and I think that's always important to know what you're looking for and what kind of teacher you want to become as well. You know, that's very important. But
no, I definitely, don't worry, man. I will set up another one to interview you.
Okay, brilliant. Whenever you want, I'm up for it.
No, I'll have to let me check with my PA, my availability. No, I don't have a PA.
Absolutely.
But definitely, I'll definitely set up to get to interview you, to be able to understand how teaching has been for you, how you found it, and especially how you found it being as a Black teacher as well, because I think that's quite important. So and to give an honest answer. But I look for honesty. I don't want people, because I know a lot of teachers, they be like, oh, I don't want to say this, I'm a bit scared. I want people that, this is how it is, this is how I felt, and I'm
I
very
don't
open.
think that largely depends on where you live and your area. You know, I'm sure my experience will differ vastly to somebody
Yes.
else's experience who, you know, perhaps lives in the big city or in a smaller place. I think it really does boil down to where you live.
But
You
still,
know,
well, I think all the experiences is still important. Obviously, people just sharing their how your journey as a teacher has been, because obviously my journey is different to normal people. But that's just me. I just go.
It's normal.
That's another debate. That's another topic on its own. But I mean, like, whenever I do something, it gets like it's always it's always 2-3 times harder. I don't know why, but
Yeah.
it's just how I am or how I've been. So, and for me, I just look at it as another hurdle and another challenge. So, and then find
That's
ways.
a good way to look at things.
Yeah, just find ways to. I just find creative ways to combat those challenges. So yeah, that's it. But anyways, it's been really nice talking to you. Adios,
Absolutely.
amigos.
Okay, yeah, well, thank you once again, and good luck on your journey. And whenever you want me to pop over to your channel, you have a channel.
I do. It's called Diary of Mr.
Put your channel in the chat, and I will post it.
Yeah.
So,
fantastic.
People can.
And then hopefully I'll be able to get as much subscribers as you, because you're the famous one on YouTube.
I have students only. I have a couple of students.
You're my inspiration, actually, because you're the kind of level I'm looking to get to. And then but there's no competition. It's not a competition.
Let's see. Diary of Mr. CV. Okay, so that's your YouTube. Let me.
Yeah. Definitely. We're here to support each other. And next time I go to Wiltshire, I'll be like, oh, hello, Kerry.
Absolutely. YouTube channel. So you can find Mr. CV here on his channel. Diary of Mr. CV. Go and check him out. I'm sure you won't be disappointed.
Guaranteed.
And you will see a lot more coming from him in the future.
Guaranteed.
And you can also find him on Instagram. I believe this is the same name. Is it the same?
With the Instagram, it's Mr. Actually, I have two, actually.
Right. The one that you're interested.
No, I want because then obviously follows that's the _ Mr. CV 94. Yeah.
That's your teaching one?
That's my YouTube Instagram. Do you want my personal Instagram too?
No, this is okay. If this is the one connected to your
YouTube, yeah. So
let me put this. So on Instagram.
Nice.
Okay, there we go. Why did I put it back in the same place?
It's been a long day.
It has been a long day. Muchas gracias, Hugo. Gracias por estar.
And people show your support. Obviously, I'm a new channel.
Hugo. He's just saying thank you for the information. The information I've just given him.
Hey, gracias mucho.
Muchas gracias.
The other way. Muchas gracias.
Exactly.
Gracias. To say thank you.
So thank you. Sorry?
Thank you so much, and I appreciate it. And
no, the pleasure's been mine. It's been
like I said, it's not a competition. We're just here to support each other. And I would definitely bring you on my channel as well, because I think it's important to have such a strong, powerful voice like yourself to come in.
Thank you. And I say exactly the same way. I think this is nice to form a teachers community educational corner, which is
someone was saying about teachers podcast, but I thought I just started. I don't know, but that's something we can always look into in the future.
Absolutely. The future is there and bright.
It is very, very. Thank you so much. And
thank you. And with that, we are going to say goodbye. Hugo, muchas gracias por estar con nosotros y hasta la próxima vez.
Yes, whatever she said, goodbye. Just go with that.